Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed. Let's move out. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Yeah, some of you are too young to remember that. Anyone who has, raise your hand. We got 3 people in the room. We got old guy in Colorado. He's been waiting patiently. I heard from him this morning. I knew he was coming. So old guy in Colorado, welcome back. I did get, so I don't know if you got my messages, but I did get your recipe, your barbecue recipe, and we'll use that in an episode. We'll try to find something unusual to use that for. Yes, old guy in Colorado is Batman. Your name is old guy in Colorado, so I assume that you would remember that. But yeah, that was at the beginning. And then every time they came out of the Bat Cave, the sign said Gotham City 15 miles. I think it was 15 miles. There was the sign out the front. So there was, same bat time, same bat channel, all that fun stuff. Anyways, welcome back to another Trippy Food live stream. So we're at our earlier time, but our published earlier time. And I think I put out which beer we were going to drink today. So I gave people advance notice, and hopefully you saw that, and maybe you were able to get it. It's difficult to get. I had to actually buy it online at Bevmo, and they shipped it in my local Bevmo store where I went to go pick it up. Janice, welcome back. Good to see you. A regular here. I think, Janice, I'm pretty sure you've been on every single live stream we've had. Lynn, welcome back. Lynn, you are, don't tell me, you're from Toronto. And I think we're just calling you Lynn. So welcome back. Again, it's always nice to see family here. Our family, our family all together. So the beer. So today we are going to try this, and this was recommended to us by Stoner Kitchen, and this is I'm not going to say this right because it's all in German. I mean, this looks like something that you like seen in an old movie or something. Acht Schlenktera Rauschbier. I probably didn't say that right. And this is Marzen. So this is a smoked beer. So the only English on there is the classic smoked beer. And this is from Brewery Heller in Bamberg, Germany. This comes in at a whopping, or not whopping, let's see, what is the APV on this? I think it was 5.1, so not too bad. And hey, Ducks Rule, welcome back. Another old timer, welcome. And I don't mean in age, I mean in terms of being in almost every episode or every stream that we've had. Yeah, so this is a smoked beer, and I don't know how they smoke it. I don't know how they add the smoke to it, but again, Stoner Kitchen recommended this, and it sounded good, and so I was able to get this off Bevmo, off their website, and then go to the local store and pick it up. So we're going to try this. I have left this intentionally at room temperature, only because I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. I don't know, but a good beer is worth drinking at room temperature. Now, the way it was intended. So, usually if you see something on the label that says chill before serving, then there's a reason for that. And you got to kill some nasty taste and stuff. So anyways, we're going to drink this today. I'm going to wait till Stoner Kitchen comes in because, I want him to see us drinking this beer. And maybe he even has one and he can drink it with us. And then we have our snacks. I put a thumbnail up with the snacks that we're going to eat today. Is that you guys like that? You guys like to know ahead of time what we're doing, or you like to be surprised? Let me know. But Trippy beer. It is a Trippy beer, I think, a smoked beer. I think that qualifies as a Trippy beer. So we have this Pacific Gold Reserve Korean barbecue pork jerky. So that sounded interesting. Sounded different, right? You don't see a lot of pork jerkies. You see a lot of beef jerkies. You don't see a lot of pork jerkies, but I like the fact that it's a Korean barbecue recipe. So that sounds interesting, and that sounds good. So we'll try that. Thumbnail works well. We'll keep doing that because I've been using this stuff back here on the thumbnail, but I'll do what we're going to have this week in the thumbnail, and then you guys can, if you guys want to go out and get something similar, we can talk about it. So cool. Try the shrooms first. I think I will, because the shrooms I think are going to be more mellow in taste, and I think we're going to gradually kind of go up with craziness here. So, hey Terry, how you doing? Welcome back, Terry. Another regular here. Good to see you, Terry. So then we have these are the shrooms. So these are the shrooms that old guy in Colorado were referring to. Choco Rooms. I got these at the dollar store, but I don't know that it's specific to the dollar store. The company is Meiji. I might not be saying that right. Milk and dark combination with a crispy cracker. So I don't know what's with the mushroom shape. I don't know if they're mushroom flavored. I don't know if they use mushrooms in it and everything. I just thought it was kind of weird. They're little chocolate dipped crackers shaped like mushrooms. It's just kind of weird. I don't see mushrooms in the ingredients, but these are distributed by Maggi America from York, Pennsylvania. So American snacks today. I went to Philippe's yesterday and they totally redid the dining room to separate the line from the tables. Oh, okay. So for COVID, I suppose, right? Divided up to COVID. Once we get started in here, we get a few more people in the room. I want to talk about COVID dining, because I had my own experience with that last weekend. Bread shrooms. I know. I thought mushroom stuff, but doesn't seem to be any mushrooms in there, which is kind of disappointing. But we'll try them out anyways. They're cute to look at, I'm sure. Okay, and then we have this this is from Chicken of the Sea. Chicken of the Sea infusions wild caught tuna, ready to eat, Thai chili flavored. So it's like this little plastic thing of tuna that's ready to eat. But I assume that most tuna in a can is ready to eat, but this is ready to eat and it's Thai chili flavored, which I thought sounded interesting. So we're going to try this. I don't know if they put like mayo or like to make a sandwich with this or something, but we're just going to eat it right out of the plastic. So I thought that was interesting. And then last, and I say last because we're going to eat this last only because like all bets are off after we eat this thing, is this the chocolate bar from hell. At least that's how they're advertising it. I want to know why Satan's wearing a pink shirt. To me, that's a little bit crazy. Well, like, why would Satan wear it? Like, first of all, why does Satan need a shirt? Second of all, if he wears a shirt, why is it pink? Why not red? I don't know. I don't know the questions. And also, I noticed that Satan has a handlebar mustache here. So that's pretty interesting. It says Beyond Hot, and I don't know how you get Beyond Hot. Hot is hot, right? But it's Beyond Hot. Let's see, who makes this? This is from Southwest Specialty Foods. And they are in Goodyear, Arizona. I've been to Goodyear, Arizona. It's just right outside of Phoenix off I-10 to the west. So, chocolate bar from hell. We're going to eat this last only because, like I said, I don't know. And you know what? Here's the thing. So when I do the snacks here, I taste them, maybe eat them a little bit at a time. But because this is a challenge, because the chocolate bar from hell, this is a challenge. I think I have to eat the whole thing. What do you guys say? I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I mean, I can try this, I can taste this, or I can eat the whole thing because it's challenging. So what do you guys? And I know you guys like to watch me suffer. So hopefully, if this is really, really hot, you're going to see me go, turn red, sweat from the eyes and stuff like that. So, but I'm going to leave it up to you to eat. Do I just taste it, or do I eat it all? I'm seeing eat it all. Old guy Colorado. Janice says eat it all. Duxero, what do you say? Lynn, go for the whole thing. All right, we're going to eat the whole thing. All right, but again, I'm going to save it for last only because it's going to kill everything after that. So I'm going to open the beer first. I have this, but I don't know if I'm going to actually eat it. First of all, it seems to be melted into the plastic, so it's not moving around in there. I just thought it was weird looking. It is Rockaletta, 4 chili layers and gum center lollipop. It sounds really weird. The thing is like I could eat this, but I have a feeling that once I put it in my mouth, I have to keep it in my mouth. I could spit it out, I suppose, rather than to have to eat this for an hour. But who knows how long it will take to actually eat this thing. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Should I eat this? Should I try this? I'll do that later on or anything. Should I try this thing? To me, like I said, it just looked, that's kind of emoji, but then not emoji, this little thing here. They do have, I can't tell what the colors are, but in his mouth, it looks like, I want to say a watermelon, but the colors are wrong. So it has the green outside, but yellow inside, and then pink. Do you guys see that? So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with this thing, but it looked interesting, and so I'll leave it up to you. Early start today. Well, no, Stoner Kitchen. Not welcome, by the way. No, we're starting at 2:00 now, so that we can get the Europeans in, because I think there was a request for people to start early. So that, oh wait, was that 4? That was 4. Did I start early? You may be right, because I think last time we started at 6 and then we started at 4. So yeah, I think you're right. I think this is early. I think you're right. Well, we'll see. So hopefully we'll get some of the Europeans in. All right. Do a review on. All right, I will do this. Okay. Did I, Stoner Kitchen, did I publish that it was going to be 4:00, or did I say 2:00? Let me know, because then we're going to have some people that aren't going to be here, and that will be disappointing. Either that, or I just keep on going at 4. So what do you think? Let me know, Stoner Kitchen. Oh, Roccolettas will destroy your mouth. Sounds like you've had them before. Okay. And I don't know what you mean destroy my mouth. Good. So we're doing some challenging stuff here. Okay. Hey, Bacon, welcome. So Stoner Kitchen, I don't know what time you came in, but we are doing this today. This is our beer today, and this was you suggested this one. It's that German smoked beer. So we're going to do this. I managed to get this shipped from Bevmo, and so we are going to do the smoked beer, the German smoked beer today. Rub your mouth raw. That sounds like a rated X flick. I think you started at 2 last week too. Okay, as long as I'm consistent and as long as I told people, let me go here. Let me see what I tweeted out to people. And that way I'll know. So I told people 2 p.m. I did tell people 2 p.m. All right, so we're good. I didn't want to leave anybody out. I didn't want anybody to come to me afterwards and go like, "Oh my God, Val, you said 4:00 and you started at 2, and by 4:00 it was all that." So I just, like I said, I hope I can get the Europeans in. It's always good. Europop jumped in last week. That was nice. Nice to see them. I was going to say him, but I don't know that for certain. That's difficult to tell from from this. But and then in some cases, maybe it's nice just being non-binary. So there we go. Here, another old guy in Colorado. Okay. That's true. That's very true. Schlenkerla. That's hard to say. Schlenkerla is not for everyone, but it's a hell of an experience, like standing around a campfire, like drinking the campfire. But it's not hot. It's not hot, spicy. It's just smoked. So you get that smoke, most likely smell, and definitely taste. So I'm looking forward to it. I never had a smoked beer, but I do like things that have that kind of flavor and the smell of smoke. So it should be pretty good, I think. Hey, Starfly, Starfly, you were in last week's. At least you chatted in last week's, but I don't know if I had seen you previous to this. But welcome back. It's good to see you. I can't tell everybody who's been on or who has watched previous streams, because it doesn't put your name on it if you've been just watching the stream. It only puts your name in there if you add a comment. So I don't know. Some of you might have been there the whole time. All of the different streams, and I just don't know. So goes well with cheese. That smoked beer. Yeah, I'll bet it. Yeah. Any particular type, like a smoked Gouda? Or is that too much smoke, do you think? But anyways, welcome, Starfly. Another thing we're going to try, and we have 9 people in the room, at least 9. I think that's 9 people in the room as far as 9 people are 9 people in the chat. I don't know. We have 9 people in the room. So, we'll get started here shortly. But I do have something else that I'm going to do today. So I got this for Doodle, and for anybody who doesn't know Doodle, I think on a previous episode we actually had Doodle. He waved hi and everything. So Doodle is our Chihuahua, and so Trader Joe's has this turkey and pumpkin jerky for dogs. It's a dog treat, right? But I'm looking at it and I'm like, but it looks like a jerky. It looks like a, a regular jerky. And then I thought, well, okay, well, let me read it. Let me look at the ingredients, because usually something that people aren't supposed to eat, it says not fit for human consumption, or not for human consumption. This doesn't. If I read the ingredients, it says turkey, pumpkin, dried skim milk, dried culture skim milk, salt, ascorbic acid as a preservative, citric acid as preservatives, and that's it. And then it says feeding guidelines: feed as a between meal snack, which I guess this is a treat or a reward. Give treats whole or break into pieces. We can handle it whole. We'll see. These dog treats are intended for, and then I thought it says dog consumption only, but it says intended for intermittent feeding only, which I think this is going to be. I don't know how this is going to taste, because this is made for dogs, and dogs don't usually tell you, I could use a little more salt on that, and perhaps maybe not so spicy. They don't do that. So, who knows? I imagine people taste these. I imagine there are human beings who taste dog food. Some dog food you can't, because it has stuff in it that's like not good for humans. But I think there are probably some dog food and cat food tasters for the stuff that is fit for human consumption. So yeah, I don't see anything in here that says you can't eat it. So we're gonna try one of these. Great dog voice. That's what, like if you're a dog and then another dog talks to you, that's exactly what they sound like. Well, that's a large dog talking, but smaller dogs like Chihuahuas, I think they have a Mexican accent. So we'll talk about a couple of things today. I have some books. So these are books I took off the bookshelf here. These are my books that I swear by, and we'll talk about books because books are fun, and it'll kind of give you an idea of where I come from when I'm doing my travel and food kind of stuff. And I use a lot of these books almost like a reference guide or different reference guides. So, but the first thing I want to talk about is restaurants, because in a lot of areas, and I can't speak for all of you because you guys are from all over the place, but I can't speak for all of you. In a lot of places, a lot of sit-down restaurants, you can actually go in, because for a while it's been takeout, and now a lot of places are open for sit-down, but things have changed drastically. Like, for instance, I understand that I think it's Sizzler, one of the buffets, they've just totally changed. And I think we kind of predicted that on an earlier stream. They changed their model, and basically now the buffet is behind glass. And one of the servers comes by with a plate, and you just tell them what you want, and they put it on the plate, and then you collect it down in the end, which is predictable. I don't know if they're doing that like the Vegas buffets, but to me, that's the only way the Vegas buffets are going to be able to survive. But I have word that certainly in the LA area, that's what a lot of the buffets have done. They've gone to this model where it's like cafeteria style model, where you point to what you want, they put on the plate, and everything's behind glass. Cafeteria style, yes, absolutely. And so that's one of the things. And here's the thing about this is these may be permanent changes. These changes, they're designed to keep people safe from COVID, but at the same time, they could be permanent changes. And it just may be, we live in a different world now, and these things are going to be different. So let me tell you about last weekend. So last weekend I went to San Diego. And I didn't film anything down there. We have some episodes that we have filmed down there, but there wasn't anything in particular I was going down there to film any episodes. But I did eat in a restaurant. I wanted to go to the Cafe Coyote, I think it's called, which I usually go to when I'm down there, right down there in Old Town. But there was a huge line there, and I didn't really feel like waiting. And Fred's across the street didn't have a line, so we went over to Fred's. And so the thing about Fred's is that they have sit down inside. It's open air though. They don't have it's like they don't have doors and windows and everything. The whole front of the restaurant is open. So inside, that's all open air. So that's a positive. It's always been that way. That hasn't changed. But now the seating is more spread out, and then in between the seating, they have I think it's maybe about 6 or 7 feet tall sheet of plexiglass. So the tables are separated by a sheet of plexiglass, and the tables no longer have tablecloths on them. And so in between, because I watched them actually do this, so in between patrons, they sanitize the table and the chairs. So somebody comes around with a mask and gloves, and they have disinfectant, and they wipe down the table and they wipe down the chairs. And again, I don't know if this is a permanent thing or whatever. There are no condiments on the table. There's nothing on the table. I think the only thing on the table is a bottle of hand sanitizer that you can feel free to use. And the thing is, I always recommend, like, do the squirt thing with the bottom of your hand, and then make sure you use it on your hand after you've done it, and then you don't spread germs in there. But anyways, the hand sanitizer dispenser was the only thing on the table. And so as far as menus go, they didn't hand out menus. What happens is when you walk in the front door, they tell you to scan. They have a little scan. I don't know what you call that little scan thing, that little square box, all the squiggly things in them. So you just put your phone in camera mode and you scan it, and then it goes to a website and brings up the menu. The menu that they happen to have. And I think other restaurants are doing this as well. So they're not handing you a menu. You're not touching a menu that somebody else touched and everything. And they limit that. And they're not printing out a bunch of paper and wasting paper doing that. They just scan the menu and you look at that. I think they will QR code. Yes, Stoner Kitchen. You're right. You are correct. I think if you ask them to, they will give you a printed menu, because I imagine there's some people who are not technologically advanced, have not been indoctrinated into the electronic means of the 21st century. And for them, they'll give them a menu. I think it's probably a laminated menu, and they probably disinfect that menu as well. So other than that, if you ask for utensils and everything, the guy comes by, he gives you the utensils with the rubber glove. They're wrapped in a napkin. I don't know if there's any transfer in the napkin. I don't know. But that was my experience for, I know some places, even more higher end, are using disposable plates, disposable plates, disposable utensils and everything. So they don't have to worry about, the staff picking stuff up and everything. But I didn't see that here. They were like real plates, real silverware, which they watched. So let me ask you guys, that was my experience. And that was one restaurant. That was my experience. And again, I have heard about some of the places here in LA that have opened up that used to be buffet, that now you have to tell them what you want. So let me ask you guys, what have you experienced? What have you seen? Last time I ate out was an Indian buffet on Valentine's Day. So the risk, unless you're familiar with a place and you've eaten there and you've had good results and you really like the place and everything, then that's a yeah. But there's a there's a certain amount of risk on Valentine's Day of going out on a date and eating Indian buffet. So hopefully you just went to a place that's one of your favorite places and everything was fine. But it could ruin a good date really fast, depending on the restaurant you're eating at. So hey, so let me. I ate dog food when I was drunk once. I missed that one. I'm sorry, Duck's Rule. When we were kids, my younger brother, or one of my younger brothers, ate cat food, and it didn't hurt him any. So, but he wasn't drunk. He was just young. Wow. Okay. I saw the Stoner Kitchen. I saw that goes well with cheese. I know you were talking about the beer, but then I thought maybe we were talking about dog food. So that's pretty funny. Buttered chicken is so good. Well, it depends on who's making it, right? One of my favorite I have two Indian places that I really like. One is here in, but there's so many, it's really hard to narrow it down. I'm just saying the places that I would go on a regular basis and everything. So here in the LA area is Samosa House in Culver City. There's two. There's two in Culver City. One is on Washington Street, and the other one, it might be on another end of Washington Street, but it's in the downtown Culver City kind of area. And I don't go to that one so much, but I go to the other one because the other one has an Indian grocery in there, and that place is kind of cool. So maybe on the next stream, we'll go grocery shopping at the little market. It's Indian and British because India used to be part of the British Empire. So maybe we'll go there and we'll go into their little grocery and we'll find some like Indian or British snacks, and we'll do those on the next live stream. But yeah, that's one of my favorite. And then there's a place in Portland, Oregon, up on Northwest 23rd, which is a couple blocks from the original Salt and Straw. And this place is called Siri. Not like I said Siri right now, and then anybody who's listening in their phone just kicked in and is like, yes, what can I do for you? I'm listening to you on my computer and my big screen TV. Wow, what an echo effect. Cool. Okay. So next up, Manny Mota. So like trying to sound like a ballpark announcer or something. Like, that's a triple play right there. Often thought about being a announcer, but I don't know. Just not that interested in baseball or football or whatever. So, okay. So you guys want to talk about books? Let's talk about books, because nobody's told me about their restaurant experience. Bacon, you haven't been out since Valentine's Day, and then really things haven't been shut down since I think March. I think we started shutting things down in March because we were late. We were sleeping at the switch, and we started shutting it down late. As a matter of fact, I hear a lot of people right now because the spike it's going up, and people are going, oh my God, this second wave is terrible. It's not the second wave; it's part of the first wave. So yeah, good times. Haven't dined anywhere since March. Yeah, none of us have really. Have you guys done takeout though? You guys done a lot of takeout, especially like some of your favorite places. We did a couple of episodes. We did the when it was National Takeout Day, I think. We did Hop Woo in Chinatown in Los Angeles, and they had some usual. So we had frog and duck tongues and stuff like that. And that was fun. And then I think it was our Memorial Day episode. We did Upper West, and they had this. I don't know. They might have not been calling it anything really, but it was a box that had like 2 Wagyu burgers and some potato salad and stuff like that. And they got so much feedback from the episode that they decided they were going to put it, because this was like a one-time weekend thing, but they got so much feedback from the episode that they decided to add it on the menu, at least for the summer. And I think they're calling it the summertime box or something along those lines. So, yeah. So those we did a couple of takeout episodes, and then personally done a little bit of takeout, but not a whole lot. I think more people are cooking them, not cooking themselves. Like it's a cookbook. A lot of people are doing home cooking right now, and people are going to be a little bit hesitant to get back into the restaurants, I think. So even the ones that are open up, and even the ones that take precaution, and even the ones that try to keep people safe, it's going to take some doing to get people comfortable enough to get back into these restaurants. I think people are going to be, hesitant to do that. So we'll see. I mean, some people like, last month, they just like couldn't wait to get out on the beach, and they're all out there crazy, like out in Florida. And now they have this huge spike because everybody's on the beach. So, it is what it is. The last place we at, they really followed no COVID. So how recently was this old guy? They really followed no COVID rules, no mask, no anything, just open for business. Huh, that sounds scary. Wow. So no social distancing or anything? It does sound scary. But old guy in Colorado is like I don't know that I might brave not social distancing and masks and everything if I could go to the Buckhorn Exchange. So a lot of great places in Colorado. Buckhorn Exchange. I'm trying to remember the hot dog place. The place that has an exotic hot dog. It's a guy's name. I can't remember the name of the place. Yeah, a lot of great places in Colorado. Cool. In the Denver area, I haven't been outside of that, but I bet there's good places outside of there as well. We got it to go. Oh yeah, yeah. There you go. Where did you go in Colorado? What place was this? I only leave to go to pot shops, and they have been fully masked and gloved. Yeah, I imagine they are. And pot shops are one of the first ones to be open because they were deemed a necessary service or essential service, I think is what they were calling it. So yeah, and some people are complaining about that. Like, why is weed an essential services? Because of the medicinal properties in weed. It is a essential service. So the dispensaries have been open for a while. I've never actually been in one. I think it would be cool to go in one. I don't criticize for people. I think it's cool. I just don't do it myself. But I think it would be cool to just go in and check it out. And we can't do it. Unfortunately, we can't do an episode on it right now because, like, I would like to do edibles maybe as an episode, but can't do it right now because it has something to do with the federal law and YouTube. So we can't do it yet. Outer limits, right? Yes, the cookbook thing. You're absolutely right, Janice. I'm not going to rush back to a restaurant. Yeah, Lynn. A lot of people aren't, and there's nothing wrong with that. And unfortunately, these places now are open again, and they're paying their rent, and they're hiring their staff, and they may actually lose more money than being closed if people aren't going to come in. So we'll have to see how that goes. And again, if you do have a favorite restaurant, then make sure that you at least get takeout and keep them afloat, as it were. But unfortunately, there's probably going to be thousands, I would say thousands of restaurants across the U.S. that aren't going to make it through this, and it's sad because a lot of them might be our favorites and everything. But it is what it is. Maybe if we started earlier and everybody clamped down and took precautions and everything, we might be past this, but who knows. Love the steaks at the Buckhorn. I always get the odd stuff. I always get elk or alligator or we did an episode there. We have a Buckhorn exchange episode because I think it's fun because it's like part museum, part restaurant, and this the fun thing is just walking around and seeing all the taxidermy specimens in there. So yeah, the Buckhorn exchange. What is the place that used to be a mortuary? That place is fun too. Linger's fun. There is another place that I went to that was kind of cool. I'll have to check it out. Let you guys know what that was. But yeah, a lot of great places in Denver. We live in a very small community on the western slope. But is that Denver? Is that in Denver, or you're talking about the western slope in that area? Are you in Denver? And all that glorious tax money. Yeah, and that's the thing. So I guess I'll get political here for a little bit. The thing about legalization of marijuana, or weed as we like to call it, it's really kind of a stupid thing that it's not legal. Because first of all, if you compare weed and alcohol, weed is a lot less dangerous. And when I say it's a lot less dangerous is because I don't know anyone personally who's ever seen, heard of, or participated in either way in somebody being beat up and or murdered by somebody smoking weed. I just don't, it doesn't do that. Like, people will come up to you and go like, "Hey man, you got a problem?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm almost out of weed." It doesn't happen. But alcohol, on the other hand, sure. I'm like, how many times do you know of people who all of a sudden like, "I'll kick all your asses, every one of you," and yeah, so that's dumb. Health wise, well, you do have the risk of cancer because you're ingesting. If you're smoking it, you do run the risk of cancer because you're ingesting smoke into your lungs. So there is that risk. But other than that, not a whole lot of risk. I think there's some risk. There's some brain activity risk that you have if you smoke before a certain age, like as a teenager or an early teenager. I think there's some risk there, but as an adult, it doesn't. There's no risk there. But here's the thing that blows my mind is that the U.S. government is missing out by not legalizing it on a national level, like Canada already did. So, which I think, Lynn, you know about, right? So, the thing is, if you legalize it, you put more people back to work because now it's a legitimate business, right? B, the U.S. government can tax it, so there's revenue coming in from them by taxing it. You put the black market out of business, essentially, right? It's nothing but benefits. I can't for the life of me understand why it has not been legalized yet. So it must be, I think, like, part of it is that it was originally made illegal because of hemp. in the garment industry, or maybe like alcohol or something. I don't know, because this was back in probably the 20s or 30s, 1920s or 30s. This doesn't make any sense. It really does not make any sense. Oh, the other thing is the legal thing, right? So you don't clog up courts with ridiculous trials on people who had like 3 joints in their pocket, and they don't go to jail, but that affects the profit prisons. But think of all the people who, like, I know people personally that have gone to jail for possession of marijuana. Ridiculous, totally ridiculous. So you don't clog up the prisons, you don't clog up and these are like non-violent crimes. It's like, why ruin somebody's life for something like this? Yeah, really dumb thing. And I'm sorry if I got off on a tangent. It just felt like I had to talk about that. Alcohol kills. Alcohol does kill. My father died. He had cirrhosis and a bunch of other stuff that was like from a lifetime of drinking. So it's not everything that killed him, but it certainly contributed to that. I'm so happy we live in a relational, I think you mean recreational use state, Colorado. Yeah, California is now, I think, recreational use. The whole West Coast, Oregon, Washington, California. Somebody looked this up for me while we're talking about it, how many states it's legal in, but it's not quite half yet. And I think at some point in time, the more states that do legalize it, the federal government's just going to have to legalize it, because, like, by default, it's going to be legal in every state. I think there might be some holdout in the southern states, but yeah, I think the more states that do legalize it, it'll have to be it'll be done on a national level, eventually. So there's a cannabis cafe in Hollywood. There's a cannabis everything in California now. So it's so weird. Like in Oregon, it was so weird because you drive down the street and you have billboards for dispensaries and everything, which is like wow, that's weird. I'm not used to that. But I guess you get that in all the states where it's legal, right? DuPont is the reason. That sounds about right. It's always corporate. There's always some corporate reason why we're doing stuff like that. So Cheetos are the only thing at risk with weed. Is like what, choking on a Cheeto? I guess, yeah. Or like when you get the munchies, just like not realizing how much you've eaten. So that could be a risk, I suppose. 11 states, just 11 states. Seems like it was more than that. But is that recreational or is that in general? Because I know, like, some of them, it's legal for medicinal purposes, but not necessarily recreational. And then there's other ones that it is recreational. So it used to be, if you went down to Venice Beach here in the LA area, you went down to Venice Beach. This was before it was legalized on a recreation level. Every like 50 feet, there'd be like this little dispensary, and they'd have like the green cross because it was medicinal. And there would be some guy in like green scrubs who would say, "Hey, how you doing? So what's wrong with you?" And you're like, "Well, nothing. Why?" And they go like, "Well, because I'm sure we can find something. Why don't you come in and talk to a doctor? We'll see. We'll see." And the thing is, the idea is that you go in and you talk to the doctor, and the doctor goes, "Oh, you have anxiety? Yeah, we can treat that. Let me write you a script." So that was the case back then. Now they don't even have to advertise. It's just like, "Yeah, come on in and buy some weed." Recreational in 11, 33 medical. Oh yeah, that's a good number. That's a good number. Well, 33. It's not 50 yet, but that is still a good number. Just recreational use. The dog. Okay, so let's do this. Let's try one of the dog jerkies, the turkey and pumpkin jerky. Let's try one of these. At some point in time, Doodle might knock on that door and go, "Hey, are you eating my jerky?" And I don't want to keep it from him too long, so we'll try that first. Yes, woof indeed. Or actually, the way dogs would say, like, "Excuse me, but I believe you're eating my jerky." Doesn't smell like meat. Let's try a little piece here. I need a fine beverage for it. No, Bacon, I do not need a fine beverage for it. I do not want this taste in my mouth when I am drinking that smoked beer. But I do have water. We'll try that. Yeah, I don't want to ruin the taste of that beer if this is going to be funky. All right, here we go. So this is Trader Joe's turkey and pumpkin jerky dog treats. Oh, by the way, speaking of dog treats, how many of you guys have ever tried milk bones? Or, it doesn't have to be milk bone. Milk bone is a brand name, but it doesn't have to be milk bone. But those, the dog biscuits. How many of you guys have tried that? So I eat them occasionally. To me, it's kind of like a very hard rye crisp cracker. The only thing is after I eat them, I want to go pee on a fire hydrant. All right, here we go. I mean, it looks like a piece of jerky, right? Doesn't look bad. The weirdest texture ever. It does not have the texture of jerky. It has the texture of a bamboo chair, like straw, like some sort of fiber, like cloth fiber. I'm not tasting turkey, and I'm not tasting pumpkin. That's disappointing. That's not even a fun snack. Like if I'm sitting watching TV with the dog, it's not even gonna say like, "Hey, you want one?" I'm gonna have one. No, it's not bad. I mean, it's not like it's not horrible tasting, but it's really bland, and the texture is really bizarre. And really, it tastes like particle board. Is what that texture of particle board. That's what it tastes like. You're eating some particle board or cardboard or something. It's not good. It's not pleasant. It doesn't suck. It's not pleasant. So mouse is really fibery and sinewy. No, I've eaten mouse before. Baby mice, day old, like the pinky mice. I've eaten those, and they're not fibery and sinewy at all. Try another bite. Old guy, another bite? Is that what you're saying? Try another? No, don't do it. Okay. Try false advertising for Trader Joe's. Yes. Okay. So, old guy in Colorado says try another. Bacon, also from Colorado, says don't do it. I don't know. What do you think? That's like two people. I need a tiebreaker here. I need a tiebreaker. Old guy saying try another bite. Bacon is saying no, don't do it. I need a tiebreaker. Lynn says don't do it. All right, we're not doing it. So it's 2-1. Unless people say try it again, I'm going to put this aside right here. Save your taste for something else. Good idea, Janice. Yeah, it didn't ruin my taste because there isn't much taste there, but yeah, that texture, I didn't like it. So I would give that a thumbs down. But it's not like it's real food anyways. So I don't know. Should I rate it? If I'm going to rate it, I'm going to give it a thumbs down. Only because like the texture is terrible and it's really bland. There's not a lot of flavor to it. So now I feel bad for the dog because I've been giving him these treats. So would I eat during a zombie apocalypse? Oh, hell yeah. I'd eat the dog during a zombie apocalypse. So I hope you didn't hear that. All right. Let's try something else. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. We are definitely doing the chocolate bar from hell last. So that's not on the table. Actually, it is on the table, but it's going to stay on the table for a while. Run Doodle. Yeah, poor Doodle. So we have the Thai chili infused tuna from Chicken of the Sea. We have the Pacific Gold Reserve Korean barbecue pork jerky, and we have the Meji Chocorooms. So what do you guys say? Thai tuna sounds great. It does sound good, but it is Chicken of the Sea and it is in a plastic container. So we'll see. But that Korean jerky sounds good too. You're not helping, Bacon. You are not helping. You're giving me two things, and I need one. What do you guys think? Tuna. Lynn says tuna. Okay, Bacon, I'm going to say you said tuna because you did say tuna. So that's 2 for tuna. I'm cool with whatever you want. I like an easygoing crowd. Put tuna on a turkey treat. That's not going to happen. Might happen afterwards. Maybe we'll do that later. We'll do that because I'm sure we're not going to eat the whole thing. Janice says tuna. Everyone seems to say tuna. Let's do the tuna. All righty. And so the thing is, like, the snack. Oh, look! It comes with a tiny little fork. Isn't that adorable? So the thing about the snacks and the beer that I do here, it's like I always consider that's kind of like doing an episode on these things, because look at that, the fork, it extends to a full-size fork. This is amazing. Look at that. I love this. I love it. Even I haven't tasted it yet. I just love this concept. The fork is folded in the lid. It expands to a full-size fork. How cool is that? How, Janice, apparently you think that's very cool. I agree with you. That is very cool. Wow. I guess you got to break that, though. You got to break that off. There we go. That is cool. That is so cool. Oh, anyways, what I was saying is the snacks that I try here and the beer that I drink here, I always think of it like I don't do an episode on that, or I won't do an episode on that later, because I always feel like this kind of is an episode, because this gets put up with all the other episodes and people can watch this afterwards and everything. So I always think it's kind of like an episode in itself, right? Where we're doing some different stuff. So anyways, here we go. Thai chili infusions by, did I say Chicken of the Sea? It is Chicken of the Sea. Yeah. You never know if it's Star-Kissed. It smells like tuna, but not like bad tuna. Take a look at that. I see Thai chili in there. Not a lot of it. I see mostly tuna. The fork is very cool. Spork. It is. You're right. It is a spork. I was technically incorrect. This is not a fork. This is a spork. So thank you for correcting me. So that was bacon. He says sporktacular, but you actually did remind me that this is a spork and not a fork. If it's hot, I'm in. Well, we'll know in a second. It says Thai chili, and Thai chilies are usually pretty hot. So we'll see. Is it a spork or a foon? Well, I've not heard foon, but it's probably applicable. It's probably valid. It's like saying, are you going to have brunch, or are you going to have what would the actually lekfist? All right, here we go. I don't know if you're supposed to make a sandwich with this. I'll just eat it like that. Here's something fun for you guys to do. Those of you who like tuna, like out of a can, try making a tuna stuffed. You can use a tomato or a bell pepper. And what I like to do is I like to mix it with some breadcrumbs, some grated cheese. Let's see, breadcrumbs, grated cheese, a little bit of mustard, a little bit of mayo. Actually, yeah. Mix that all together. Stuff it into the pepper or the tomato. Put it in the oven and then try that. That's really good. You can even make that in the microwave. That's easy enough to make in the microwave oven. I don't have a microwave oven, but you could make it in the microwave oven, and it's pretty good. I don't know if it's interesting enough to do an episode on a stuffed pepper or a stuffed tomato. Maybe if I got a piece of tuna stuck in my side of my mouth. Maybe if we get something interesting from Exotic Meat Market, maybe we will do not a tuna stuffed tomato, but maybe we'll do something else stuffed pepper or tomato. Lekfist sounds like a German city. It does sound like a German city. Lekfist. I am from Lekfist. I have had tomato souffle. Well, a souffle is more like a bread kind of thing, isn't it? Is a souffle is like in a bready kind of thing? You might want to time code the food and drinks in the description. Oh, there's an idea. Okay, I will do that. Thank you, Janice. Not hot. There's a little bit of spice, but not, when I read Thai chili and there's a picture of a chili on the outside of it and everything, I'm expecting this to be hot. It's a nice departure from just opening a can of regular tuna that has some different spice to it, but it's a little disappointing. So a sweet Thai thing. No, it's not sweet either. Like a light, fluffy custard. Oh, that sounds interesting. Old guy, send me a recipe if you can find one for that. That sounds interesting. That would be an interesting episode, I think, because it's tomato souffle. I've never heard of it. That would be good. I'm going to give this a thumbs in the middle. It doesn't suck. It's actually good for like a thing of tuna. But yeah, that Thai chili thing it's kind of like it doesn't bring the heat that it advertises. So yeah, it's going to get a thumbs in the middle from me. And why not? We're eating it, right? This could only make the jerky better. What that jerky does is it provides something to put that tuna on, and that's it. Kitchen tip of the day. Next time you make a burger, toast the bun with mayo. Ooh. I usually do it with butter. Like, are you guys familiar with butter burgers? Like, Culver is a chain. I don't think they're out here. I know that they had them in Texas when I was in Texas, but Culver is a chain. They're famous for their butter burgers. And they don't put butter in the burger. They call it a butter burger because they butter the bun and they toast it on the grill. But never tried mayo, but I imagine mayo would work. I imagine that would work. That sounds good. We do have a lot of Culvers here in Colorado. They have Culvers in Colorado. Janice, have you seen a Culvers out here? I have not. I have not seen a Culvers out here. I don't know that they're out in Southern California. Okay, so I don't know if this is valid or not, right? This on the tuna, I gave it a thumbs up. I kind of want to trend that up a little bit. Maybe not give it a full thumbs up, but maybe trend that up a little bit just because of the spork. Just because this is such an awesome thing. I mean, it has nothing to do with the tuna inside it and everything, but that's just such a cool idea. I love that. But I don't think food wise or taste wise, it's enough to give it a thumbs up. So I'm going to give that still thumbs in the middle, maybe trending up because of the spork. There we go. I would try the tuna. Yeah, the tuna's not bad. If you typically go out and buy tuna in a little, like this is like a single serving lunch size tuna. If you open up a can of tuna and you have a lunch with a single can of tuna and everything, this is a good option. It's nice to have that extra flavor in there, but it's not. Again, I don't give it a thumbs up because it's disappointing from the terms of the Thai chili flavor. Yes, bacon. Thumbs in the middle with a sporky bonus. That's absolutely right. Should we open the beer now? What do you think? What do we got? We're almost at 3 o'clock. We're at the halfway point. I think it's time to open the beer. And I like this because it has a beer. It has a cap on it, which means I get to use my favorite can opener, bottle opener. Sorry. And again, this is room temperature because I like it that way. No, because I think I'm going to get more of the flavor from it. Drinking it at room temperature. I can see that every time I move this, the whole desk shakes, which makes the whole camera shake and everything. So no, we are not having an earthquake here yet. I'll let you know if we do. Janice, you can chime in. She's like, oh yeah, we're having an earthquake, but we're not. All right. Oh my God. Oh, that smells so good. That really smells so good. PPV Fire God, I don't recognize your name, so this may be the first time that you've at least come into the chat. Maybe you've been on before, but it's the first time seeing you in the chat. Welcome. Everybody else, say hi to PPV Fire God and give them a warm and hearty Trippy Food welcome. Yes, old guy in Colorado, it is beer time. No, you've been here before. Thank you. I haven't seen you leave comments though. Have you kind of like lurked in the background or like just watched without leaving a comment? Because I don't recognize the name. Well, that's good. But welcome either way. I love that smell. Oh my God, it smells so good. Let's do this up here where everyone can see it. It's a reddish beer. I would thought that being smoke infused, it would have kind of a darker color. maybe almost a gray color, but goes to show my knowledge of science. Yes, sir, I've lurked. Okay, well, welcome onto the open. You're always welcome here. Unless you do something that annoys us, and then you're not welcome anymore. But I'm just kidding. Everybody's been really good. It surprises me a little bit because you can't help. This is a YouTube channel, right? You can't help to think that eventually you're going to get somebody on there that's going to go, "You suck." But I'm surprised we haven't gotten that yet. Let me know. I mean, if I suck, let me know. I'm okay with that. Mayo melts into fat and toast and amazingly gives it a little tang. Oh, you know what I like to use? I like to use bacon grease. So like when I cook bacon, I just save that and I put it in the refrigerator so it kind of solidifies a little bit, and then I just use that like butter. Bacon fat. I like this. I like the smell. So here we go. You guys ready? What is the thing that you say in German when you're toasting, right? I mean, you say in Spanish-speaking countries they say salud. In Russia, they say Prosit. Cheers. There's always cheers in English-speaking countries. What do they say in Germany when you're toasting? Prost. Oh, okay. Almost the same as Russian. But yes, so Prost. How long does the bacon grease stay good in the fridge? I don't know. The thing is I'm always thinking I'm cooking with it so that if it's bad, the heat, getting it that hot, it's going to kill whatever's in it. I don't know. I could be poisoning myself. But I've I've gone weeks, just using the bacon grease out of there for weeks without any adverse effect. I don't know. I could be poisoning the whole household, but I'm not giving it to the dog. So, Prost. Lasts in the fridge about a month. That's good to know. Ooh. I like it. This is a little bit creamy. Has a really creamy taste. No bitterness whatsoever. You would think that, with smoke might be a little bitter. I'm not getting any bitterness at all from here. A little bit tangy, actually. Really, really, really nice. Yeah. The smoke comes in. The smoke comes in mostly from the smell, but you do get some of it in the taste. Wow, I like this. So if you guys want to try this, I don't know if any of you guys saw this ahead of time and went out and got this, but if you can't find it in your local beer place, you can buy it online from Bevmo, and they'll send it to the local. If there's a Bevmo near you, they'll send it to you, and I think they will ship to you if there is not a Bevmo near you. And this was about like $7. So yeah, really nice, like that. All right, big thumbs up. So thank you, Stoner Kitchen, for the suggestion. That was really good. There's another one that you suggested. Hang on a second. I'll get that one. That I just got an alert from Bevmo that they will now ship this. It is the Belhaven Black Scottish Stout. So they're going to get that, and I'm going to see if I can get that for the next one. We'll do a Scottish Stout because I love stouts. This is really good. Yes, Stoner Kitchen, that Sapporo was really disappointing. Let's talk about books for a second, okay? So I do a lot of stuff online. If I'm going to check things out, like as far as roadside attractions and stuff, like Roadside America is one of my go-tos. So one of the things you can do on Roadside America is at the top you can say like, let's say you're in Illinois, right? So you can click on Illinois. And now I would advise against clicking on the city that you live on or near, because then it narrows it down. But click on Illinois, and then when it opens up and shows you all the ones in Illinois, there's a little hyperlink from map, and then when you click on the map, it shows pins on the map of all the places that are listed in Illinois, and then you can zoom in and then click on the pin, and then it shows you exactly what it is. And I mean, so I swear by roadsideamerica.com. Swear by it. But there's also some books that are interesting. And the thing about books is that they change rapidly, right? I mean, there's a lot of places that close, there's a lot of new places that open up, and they change rapidly. So this one I swear by. And this is Road Food. And this is by Jane and Michael Stern. And I don't know if they do it yearly, but they update it like every, frequently, maybe every couple of years or so. But road food is awesome because they actually break it up by regions, and then they just mention all the different like kind of road food places, really unusual. And I mean, it's not going to be like steak houses and stuff like that, but it's going to be really unique and interesting, or just like really good home cooked style stuff, food that you can eat on the road. So if you get a chance to, this book, Road Food, and it doesn't matter where you live in the United States, you're covered in here. It's going to have something in there. Or if you're going to travel, then you look ahead of time. Let's say you live in Illinois and you're going to be going to Iowa. Well, you just look up the section in Iowa here and you go like, oh, what's in Iowa that's interesting? But again, just remember that things change a lot, and you have to make sure that you get the most recent version of Road Food. The like for instance in Omaha, Nebraska, one of my favorite restaurants in the United States, the Bohemian Cafe. Bohemian Cafe. They used to do sweetbreads at the Bohemian Cafe. Awesome place, but they closed down. So again, it takes a lot of keeping up with. Also in Omaha is Joe Tess's place that has fried carp, which is really good. So, but yeah, you can find a lot of those in there. Here's another one. I think you've probably seen this guy on our on a couple of our episodes. It's David George Gordon, and he calls himself the Bug Chef. So this book, the Eat a Bug Cookbook, tells you all different ways to. That's one of his specialties, is the tempura battered tarantula. But this book basically has menu items, or ways to cook bugs, which is interesting because if you want entry level into bugs and everything, this is a really, really good book. I don't know if it's continued to publish. It may be like it may be close to out of print. I'm not sure, but definitely I highly recommend this book, the Eat a Bug Cookbook. All right, time for another snack. What do you think? Yeah, we're getting into it. All right, I will leave this to you guys. The Pacific Gold Reserve Korean barbecue pork jerky, or the Choco Rooms? What do you guys say? I'm leaving it up to you. This is a family decision. We're democracy here. Everyone gets to pick. My hair is annoying me. And my COVID hair. Bread shrooms, Choco. Yep. Okay, that's 2. We'll go with the shrooms. Wow. Yeah, there's no false advertising in there. They look exactly like they look on the outside. That'd be cool if they were shrooms. Yeah, that's a hard cracker. Decent chocolate, not great chocolate, but decent chocolate. And the thing is, like, I'm not a big fan of chocolate, but it's because I'm always subject to Easter Bunny chocolate. That's what I call it. Easter Bunny chocolate is the quality of chocolate they usually put in Easter bunnies, which are terrible. There's no extra added flavor in here. So here's the funny thing. I think it's like they take a cracker stick and they put it into the mushroom cap, which is all chocolate. So it's not like the cracker is mushroom shaped. The cracker is it's a stick, and then they just dip it in the chocolate that is the mushroom cap shape. Yeah, that's the cracker underneath it. Looks like a bone. Not any kind of crazy flavor, but it's a cute little novelty. The chocolate doesn't suck. I kind of wish it does have like a mushroomy flavor. That'd be kind of cool. But and I do like the contrast in the texture from the chocolate, which is soft and squishy, and the cracker, which is crunchy. So nice texture, decent taste. No false advertising. It's exactly what you're looking at on the outside of the box. No thumbs up for me. And we're going to chase it with some more of that delicious beer. That is good. Should we go right into the jerky, you think? Because we still have to do that the chocolate bar from hell. And I want to make sure we don't run out of time. And I think you guys wanted me to do the was it? Roccoletta. You guys wanted me to do the Roccoletta too. I'm going to do that one afterwards too, because I have no idea what's going to happen with this. Okay. Yes. All right. Let's do the jerky. So this is Pacific Gold Reserve Korean barbecue recipe pork jerky. No artificial ingredients, made with sea salt, which is always important. It's not made from mountain salt. It's made from sea salt. No nitrites. Gluten-free. Of course, it's gluten-free. Why wouldn't it be? As good as it gets. Well, we'll see about that too. No artificial ingredients. No nitrates added. No MSG. But MSG is falsely maligned. I think MSG is not as bad as people say it is. And the thing is MSG does give it's a flavor enhancer, but it also does give a little bit of a unique taste and everything, and you can taste it in Chinese food. but yeah, I think MSG has gotten a bad rap. Some soy sauce has gluten. How does it have gluten though? Because I think gluten is a wheat product, right? So is there soy sauce that has wheat in it? How do you get gluten in wheat? And even in wheat products, it doesn't develop unless you break it. You have to like break down the components of the wheat to get that gluten, right? But I don't know. I guess it's like if you're celiac, it's important for you to know whether it has gluten or not, right? And so saying doesn't have gluten in anything is a good thing if you're celiac and you just don't know, right? But for most people and everything, it's like, by the way, speaking of gluten, if you guys check out, I'm trying to remember what we called it. I think the episode was called "We're All Gonna Die Anyway," where I made I took fried gluten because I figured that was bad, and we added peanuts and we added alcohol and we added caffeine and a bunch of other stuff and everything because the idea was, well, if gluten can kill you, what about these things? And we just put a bunch of stuff in that was bad for you or it's bad for some people, and try to do that. So you guys check that out if you get a chance. I think it's called "We're All Gonna Die Anyway," but that's one of our episodes. So here we go. Some are just made with just soy. It's soy sauce. I would think it would be just made with just soy. Has something to do with the way they process it. Oh, like made in the same place where there's like wheat products or something in the processing where it involves wheat. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. So we do have this. That's soy sauce. We showed that one last week. God, could they make that any tinier? Ingredients: water, salt, hydrogen, vegetable protein. Maybe it's in that vegetable protein, and maybe the vegetable is is wheat. I don't know. Caramel coloring. That's tiny. Molasses in soy sauce. Who knew? That's interesting too. Potassium sorbate added as a preservative. I don't see anything, but it doesn't say gluten-free, but it doesn't say that it has gluten in it either. So I don't know. Interesting. Maybe we'll do a soy sauce episode. I got a new deep fryer. Having so much fun experimenting. Yeah, I think you probably see like if on our grunion episode, we made the grunion rings and I had that little fry daddy. It's only about that big, but it's really nice if you're just like doing single serving stuff. I wouldn't fry a turkey in it. But yeah, it's always nice to have something like that, and maybe we'll bring that out and do a couple more things in that. That's always fun. Some are made with wheat, some are made with just soy, but most soy sauce is also made with wheat. Who knew? I didn't, but cool. I learned something. All right, let's back to the jerky. I'm easily distracted by shiny objects. That's a nice smell. Nice sweet smell. So you can see that. Well, we're gonna take it out anyway. Little bite-sized pieces. And it doesn't look like, some jerkies are kind of stringy and chewy and almost like have a consistency of wood where there's a lot of fiber and it's dry. And this one's not. This one's really moist. Yeah, see, that one's soft. And I like Korean barbecue. We have an episode coming up. When is that coming up? We have an episode coming up in September. Hagfish, which is a Korean, something that the Koreans barbecue. Hagfish. It went horribly wrong. But I filmed it anyway. Wow. So for some bizarre reason, the only flavor I'm getting here is the barbecue, the Korean barbecue flavor. Not much to pork at all. And as far as jerky goes, it's a softer one. It doesn't require a lot of chewing. I think maybe you might be able to eat this if you had no teeth. I hope I never find out. Yeah. Well, it doesn't have not a strong taste. I guess the more you eat it, the more you get that pork flavor. Almost bacony. So yeah, it's not offensive. It's not hot. It's not really, really spicy, but you do get some of that Korean spice in there. Nice flavor. So yeah, I'm gonna give these a thumbs up. Not a giant thumbs up, but a thumbs up. Pacific Gold Reserve Korean barbecue recipe pork jerky. And it's a nice, manageable size as well. I grew up with Korean food. I'll send you a recipe you're gonna love. How could I not? The only thing I don't like that's Korean is the hanjo and the bondegi, but that's well documented. Hey, Ari, welcome back, Ari. I recall you were here before. You were here 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, you were here. You may have been here otherwise, but you certainly left a comment 2 weeks ago. So welcome, Ari. Ari, you're from Toronto, I believe, right? We have also Lynn here, who's also near Toronto. So we have Canadians on today, which is cool. I'm hoping for the Europeans to jump in. We're doing it early for those guys. All right. Did we? Yeah. So we just have the chocolate bar from hell and this guy. Let's have some more beer. So I'm in the process of filming because I try to do an episode for holidays, and I'm in the process of planning out my 4th of July episode, which is a little bit difficult because I have to arrange that, and I have to make sure that if I'm going to do it at a place, it's something that you can eat like in the car, or do they have a place where you can sit and eat and everything. So yeah, COVID it changed all the rules. My latest was bacon wrapped tamales. There's an idea with enchilada dipping sauce. It was amazing. I imagine it would be amazing. Fan meetup next time you come up from Canada. Yeah, and especially if there's a bunch of people in the Toronto area, definitely. Not only will we do a fan meetup, we'll find some interesting place to. I'm trying to remember who it was that said that that they were going to host me at Marché Move and Pick. So maybe we'll all do Marché Move and Pick. That'd be fun. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to be traveling, if I'm going to be in another city. I'm going to try. I have to try to get back to Austin. I haven't been to Austin in a few years. I need to get back to Austin and do some stuff. So yeah, and summer's coming up. Travel is opening back up. I have a list. So yeah, we'll be doing a lot of stuff. I think I don't remember who it is in Arizona. Ryan Jones is from Arizona. I had this stuff written down because I can't remember all this. We had somebody else from Arizona as well. But yeah, if I'm going to be in your area, I will let you know, and we'll see if we can do something. More beer. So yes, Ari, we will do. I love Canada. And I haven't been to Toronto in probably a couple of decades. More recently, been to Montreal and Quebec and Vancouver, but haven't been to Toronto in a long time. So I imagine it hasn't gotten smaller, only bigger. Because it's a pretty major city, a pretty large city. Stoner Kitchen, you're from Arizona. Why was I thinking that you were not? Oh yeah, from Phoenix, right? Okay. Yeah, and we're going to be doing some stuff in Arizona as well. I wanted to do the big unit at Alice Cooperstown. And for anyone who doesn't know what Alice Cooperstown is, it was a place started by Alice Cooper. And who's the guy that they used to call him the big unit, right? But I can't remember his name. The baseball player, they call the big unit. So anyways, it was a place that was opened by Alice Cooper and the big unit. Randy Johnson, thank you very much. And they had a thing called the big unit, which was I think it's 24, 26 inch sausage in a very, very long bun with all kinds of stuff on it. And I did go there with my brother and his in-laws. We all went there. There was 6 of us sitting there, and the 6 of us couldn't finish this thing. I know that like you get somebody like Natter or Jimmy C or somebody like that. You get them out there; they'll be able to finish the whole thing with no problem. But me, I'm a lightweight, and apparently the other people I was with was a lightweight. The thing about something like that, a 26-inch sausage, the big unit. The thing about that is that a lot of that is a novelty, right? And when you go into a place for something like that, usually it's not that good. Usually it's like the other stuff on the menu is good, and then that's just the thing that they get you to come in the door, and it's usually not good. What I found to be true about Alice Cooperstown is the opposite. So the big unit was really, really good, and their regular dishes weren't that great. So the thing about it when you go in there is they have a lot of memorabilia on the wall. So that you both have the baseball memorabilia, and you have the Alice Cooper rock and roll memorabilia on the wall. It's really loud. It's really industrial looking in there. Lots of like the second floor is like all metal, steel girders and stuff like that. It's very industrial. Unfortunately, they're closed. So when I do go out to Arizona, that's one of the things I can't or won't be doing. But I am going to do an episode in Quartzsite. If you guys have not been to Quartzsite is probably the quirkiest place, one of the quirkiest places in the United States. But I love it. I love it. So we're going to do an episode out there in Quartzsite, and we'll find some interesting things to do in the Phoenix area. So I will let the Arizonians know when I'm coming out there, and we'll do something. What are your thoughts on those Buzzball drinks? Are based on because I drank them, right? And I thought I was vocal about what I thought of them. I did like the horchata one. The horchata one was good. The other one, I can't even remember what flavor it was. I didn't really care for it, just like it was an alcohol thing. And it did get me big gem event in Quartzsite. Yeah, when do they do that? I imagine it's not in the summer because it gets really hot there in the summer. But Quartzsite they call the Crossroads because there are 2 major. It's like right off I-10, and then I can't remember what the other highway is that goes north to south, and it's kind of a crossroads there, and so you get a lot of truckers in there. But gemstones in general, or rocks and stuff, rock hounds, Quartzsite is famous for. So don't spoil it because we're going to do a full episode there and do everything. We'll do High Jolly's grave. Well, we on the blog we actually met and talked with the Naked Bookstore guy. But unfortunately, he died last year, so we're not going to have the Naked Bookstore guy in there. But we'll have the Naked Bookstore. We just want to have the Naked Bookstore guy if they're still open. I'll be leaving for Anchorage next month. Any places I have not been to Anchorage, so it's one of the I've been to Segway, I've been to Ketchikan, I've been to Juneau, but I've not been to Anchorage, so I don't know. But let's see, what would be. Let's look at road food. See, this is why we do this. Let's see. Hopefully they have Alaska in here. I imagine they wouldn't have Hawaii because it's hard to do a road trip to Hawaii. Let's see. There's New England. There's Mid-Atlantic, Mid-South, Deep South, Midwest, Southwest, Great Plains, West Coast. That's not helpful unless, well, let's see. Maybe they call it West Coast. How did they get away with not having Alaska? That's disappointing. Not even like a last page going, oh yeah, by the way. Yeah. Let's see. They listed in the table the index, they list by state. Let's see. The first one, oh, that's New England. New England, Maine. Yeah. That's bizarre. They don't hang on. I think we have another one though. We have 500 Things to Eat Before It's Too Late, also by Jane and Michael Stern. Let's see if they have anything from Alaska. The thing about Alaska is if you know somebody from Alaska, the thing that I would do is see if you can get moose. Because you're not going to be able to get it commercially. They're not going to sell it in a store. They're not going to sell it in a butcher shop or anything. Moose. You have to know somebody who hunted a moose. And the thing about hunting a moose is it's like, well, I don't know anybody who's going to go out and hunt a moose now. You don't have to. That meat lasts forever. So all you have to do is know somebody who hunted a moose. I don't know if it's the same in, like I know in New Hampshire, you get a single license and you get a one lifetime moose. You can only like bag one moose in the whole lifetime. But with license. I don't know if it's the same in Alaska or not. But find somebody who has bagged a moose and see if you can get the moose meat. That is like, I've never tried it because you can't get it here. There's no way to get that here. So if you get a chance, find somebody who has moose and see if you can try moose. Are any of the fairs you typically go to in the summer going to be open? No, not a one of them. They're all like in the LA area here. The LA County Fair was canceled. The Orange County Fair was canceled. And the California State Fair in Sacramento was canceled. So yeah, I think they all canceled this year. I don't know of anyone. I'd like to see if I can get to the Topsfield Fair in Massachusetts in October, and maybe it'll be open, maybe not. We'll see. New England, Mid-Atlantic, South, Midwest, Southwest, and Great Plains. Nope. Wow, that's disappointing. I don't know, tell you, I can do some research for you. I can check it out, and then next week we'll talk about it. So when are you going to Anchorage? Next month. Next month's a few weeks. So yeah, give me some time. I'll find something for you, something interesting. Yeah. The event is January. Oh, the courtside event. Yeah, January is a good time because it's nice and cool there. Might even be cold. So maybe I should go then. Cover that. Maybe. That'd be interesting. Yeah, maybe that's when I'll do a courtside one, when there's a lot of activity down there. Everything will be happening. And county fairs, yeah. Almost every one of the county fairs has been canceled. And not just in California, probably anywhere. I'm sure they canceled the Minnesota State Fair. The Texas State. Well, maybe not the Texas State Fair. They're open everything there. Gets out to look for the holes in the wall. Stoner, let me work on that. I'll find you some stuff. None of the California fairs is open. Yes, Janet, you're correct. No, they're all canceled. Let's do that weird gumball with the. Let's do this thing. The Rockaletta, 4 chili layers and gum center. That sounds horrific. It really does. But as a matter of fact, I'm going to have the trash barrel handy only because I don't want to eat this for an hour. And I have a feeling that may be what's going to happen. So here we go. Rockaletta. And the thing is, it's like, I don't know if it melted because it's stuck to the inside of the bag here. But here we go. Quartzsite and Bisbee. I have not been to Bisbee. I have to check out. Is Bisbee the place where all the donkeys are running around? Stoner Kitchen. I think I think it's Bisbee where they have like burrows that were used for mining that they just kind of let go and they just like run throughout the town. Is that Bisbee? All right, here we go. Oh, there's a stick. All right, cool. I can just take it out of my mouth. I don't have to spit it out. That's Oatman. Ah, okay. So Oatman, that's where it's, and Arizona is such a diverse place because then you go up towards the Grand Canyon. You go to Williams, which is on Route 66, and Williams is kind of a cool place. Yeah, there's a lot of, and then there's Meteor Crater. Meteor Crater, I think that's off I-40. Meteor Crater. If you get a chance, definitely go out to see that. There is I think it's about a mile across, a crater where a meteor hit, and you get to go out there and walk around the rim of the crater. They don't let you inside. There's really no easy way to get in or out, but you get to walk around the rim of the crater and everything. It's pretty cool. Arizona Crater. I think the city is called Arizona Crater. I mean, Meteor Crater. Here we go. This thing looks bizarre. Here we go. It is sticky. Definitely get that chili taste of like the Mexican candy, like the Mexican not papaya. What do you call that? Mango. The mango covered chili. It's that kind of flavor because there's a sweetness to it. Barringer crater, isn't it? Barringer, right? I think it's Barringer crater. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. And well, also on this in that same on that same off that same road is the petrified forest, and that's cool too. A lot of dinosaur stuff out there. So as you're driving through those little towns out there and everything, a lot of, you know, the big roadside dinosaurs. It would take me a week to get through this thing. Are my lips turning red? I think they are. So this has that mango chili candy flavor, which is pretty good. I like that. But I could spend a week. I'm not just gonna like. I'll be talking for the rest of the episode, which is like another half hour, with that thing in my mouth, and it's just not going to do it. But it is not a weird flavor. It's not offensive. It's kind of cool. And like I said, it tastes like that kind of Mexican mango candy with the chili on it and everything. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up, but you know, not a giant thumbs up, but a thumbs up on that. And maybe later I'll come back and have some more of that. But right now that'll just take too much time because apparently there's gum in the middle, and I'm not looking forward to that. Maybe next week I'll let you know if I get to the middle, and then the gum, like, maybe we'll change that thumbs up to a thumbs down, and thumbs in the middle, a thumbs down. Well, you know. What haven't we done? We haven't done the chocolate bar from hell, but I'm going to wait about another 15 minutes before we do that. Let's have some more beer. When you are in Arizona, you have to stop by Rock Springs Cafe and get some of their famous pies. Any particular famous pie? Like, where in Arizona is that? Is that closer to Phoenix? What town is that? Is it Rock Springs? Is that the name of the town? I really like this beer. Thank you, Stoner, for the suggestion and everything. This is really good. I'm liking that. I don't know what category that would be, like a Pilsner, a lager. It's red, but red, I don't think, it darkens up. I don't think red is a category, but it's really good. I like it. It's not a stout. It's not a porter. I don't know what it is. Just south of Payson. Well, I'm not familiar with Payson either, but I'll find it on a map. Yeah, we'll check it out. On my Arizona trip, I'll do Rock Springs Cafe. There is a cafe in Quartzsite, Mountain Something Cafe, and they do really good chicken fried steak, runny eggs on it, and stuff like that. Really good. Put another thumbnail picture of what you're having next week. I'll try to match and eat along with Al. Okay, I'll do that. I'm going to try to get that that Scottish beer. Hang on. The Belhaven Black Scottish Stout, because I think I can have that shipped here and pick it up at Bevmo locally. So I think I'm gonna try to get the Belhaven Black Scottish Stout, and I'll let you guys know if I can do that. Also suggested by Stoner Kitchen. Thank you, Stoner. Are you get offended if I call you Stoner? It's shorter, and I don't know your nickname or given name. So I'll continue to call you Stoner if that's okay. I might have found a new favorite beer. What do you guys think? Should I do this now? Should I wait? Because I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this thing's going to go south. We have a half an hour left. It's up to you guys. Any chocolate? Stoner is fine. All right, Stoner it is. It's getting warm here. I'm gonna towel off. You know, when it's warm and humid and everything, a nice cold washcloth does the trick every time. So do you how many of you have started, like, well, I don't know how many of you have done a lot of traveling, even if it's road trips or anything. How many of you have done that, have done road trips? And imagine that has been curtailed by the coronavirus. But how many of you have started doing that again, started going, reaching out and doing more road trips? How brave do you feel? Well, Lynn, I've done I've done the Carolina Reaper balls, which was horrific. It wasn't horrific while I was doing it. It was very uncomfortable while I was doing it, but I managed to get through it. The 4 hours of writhing pain on the floor afterwards was horrific, and so that was painful. But I ate that. I was able to eat that. I don't know that I've ever eaten anything where I couldn't finish eating it just because it was so hot. Let's see if this talks about like how much capsaicin is in here, or how hot it is, or what's in it. If you like the Marzen Schlenkerla, has a few other stuff. I did see that, and I can get those off of off their website for Bevmo. So I may try some of those other ones as well. My favorite is the Yerbach and wheat. I'll try that. I'm not a big fan of wheat beer, but some of them that actually did look pretty good. Ingredients: milk, chocolate, sugar, cocoa butter, unsweetened chocolate milk. Here's the thing about this, that when we did our Carolina Reaper episode, where I ate the raw, fresh Carolina Reaper to test remedies. The remedy that worked the best was a Hershey bar. And so the thing is I'm thinking, like, you put the heat in here, but you also are wrapping it in chocolate. And so I don't know if that chocolate's going to counter that, and it's not going to be as hot as you would think it is. So, but we'll see. Milk, chocolate, sugar, cocoa butter, unsweetened chocolate, and sugar. So now it's sweetened chocolate. Milk, sunflower lecithin, whatever that is, pure vanilla, and habanero peppers. So I'm not worried about this. This is habanero heat. I can do habanero. So not bad. Habanero peppers. I mean, I say that, but then I've eaten jalapenos before that just, like, 5-alarm fire in my mouth. Let's see. Allergen advice for allergens. See ingredients in bold, and there are no ingredients in bold. Manufactured in a facility that processes peanuts, tree nuts, egg, and wheat. So there's that cross contamination possibility and everything. I'm not allergic to anything, so I'm not overly worried about it. 150 calories in this little candy bar. It's habanero and chocolate, so I don't think it's going to be too bad. But should I? I might as well go ahead and do it now, right? Right? What the hell? I'll go ahead and do it. I'll eat some of those shrooms afterwards if it gets too hot. Oh, so here's the trick. You can't open it. And there's something engraved on it. It smells like a Hershey bar. So it's probably not the highest quality chocolate. It's a novelty, right? It says Garetta on there, which is really weird because it just doesn't say Garetta anywhere near here. So that's kind of weird. I'm gonna, not because it's hot and because I'm worried about burning things, but just because the chocolate is melting all over my hand, I'm gonna eat it in this. All right, here we go. I know I'm supposed to use my right hand, but It literally smells like a Hershey bar or like Easter Bunny chocolate. It's not the best quality chocolate. So it's not like there's little bits of habanero in there. It's all mixed together. And I've committed to you guys that I'm going to eat this whole thing. So we'll see. Oh, yeah. There it is. Yeah, that's a sneaky burn. Probably because it's permeated in the chocolate. And the thing is, the chocolate covers your tongue, so you don't get it right away. And then I guess you get down to the little particles of habanero, and then it gets hot. It is hot. It is spicy hot. It is not stupid hot. And it is not flavor. There's no habanero flavor, which is disappointing. But they don't advertise habanero flavor. They just advertise that it's hotter than hell. It is not Carolina Reaper hot. That is for certain. But I am committed to you guys, and I should be committed. So I'm going to finish this. I don't like that chocolate. I hate substandard chocolate. That's why I wasn't a chocolate fan for the longest time, just because of the quality of the chocolate. You know what I might do for a beer for one of these episodes? Check out Galco's. They have a lot of unusual stuff at Galco's. Janice, have you been to Galco's? I think you said you did on one of the other episodes that you've been to Galco's. Janice, you're still here, right? Are you with us? Still with us? Yeah, this is, I mean, I wouldn't give this to a kid to eat. And there's definitely a burn. But I've eaten hotter, like fresh pepper. It's there. It sits there. Just went to Galco's last week. Janice, what did you get? Because I mean, the thing is, Galco's, they're known for their soda. Because I think they call it Galco's Soda Pop Shop. So they're known for their soda, but they also have a really good variety of wines and beers, and they have a big variety of candy as well. More so than I think Rocket Fizz. Rocket Fizz has a good variety of sodas and candies, but not quite at the level that Galco's does. So Galco's great. We should go to. I think we're going to go to Galco's. We're going to do some shopping at Galco's. Lots of different sodas and a few candies. Yeah. One of my favorite sodas is I think it's Empire Bottling Spruce Beer. Which it tastes like a Christmas tree, and I really like that one. And then there's another one called Manhattan something, which is a espresso soda, so it tastes like coffee. Espresso soda, that's really nice. Those are two of my favorites. I've gotten both of those at Galco's. If this is a chocolate bar from hell, I'm going to hell. Sign me up, because this is. Although I don't suppose it'll be spicier in heaven. It's got something to do with that pink shirt. Yeah. If you don't like spicy stuff, that's gonna be painful. That's gonna bother you. Otherwise, and the thing is that they put it in chocolate, right? And they put it in milk chocolate, and milk chocolate neutralizes that capsaicin. So, you know. It's a novelty. I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle, because you look at the label, you're expecting it to be like, oh my God, it's so painful, and Satan's stabbing me with his pitchfork. It's not like that at all. It's a substandard chocolate. The chocolate's not that great. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. You know, it's hot. You know, so it is hot, like advertised and everything. There's nothing special here. So yeah, thumbs in the middle for me. Doc Brown's cream soda. Doc Brown. Great Scott, Marty! When this baby gets to 88 miles an hour, you're going to see some serious shit. That Doc Brown? Different Doc Brown. Welcome! Reckless Eating. I guess, Matt. Is it Matt? Is it you? Because I think you're the one that does the stream. I don't know if it's anybody else. Like, this is awesome. We are joined by Reckless Eating. This is the first time that they joined one of our streams. So I am honored to welcome. I think it's Matt. Matt, did you just stop in, or have you been here before? Have you been earlier? But ketchup on tacos. People remember this stuff. Yeah, no one else has access to the account. How is the stream going? Well, you'll have to ask the other people in the room. You guys tell Matt how this is going, and also say hi to Matt, because you guys are well familiar with Matt, because we feature him here all the time. Matt, you will be happy to know that because I know you're a ketchup god, and it was suggested to us by Stoner Kitchen, who's in the room, and Steve Aside, who I don't think is in the room, but both of them suggested that we try Jufran, which is the Asian banana ketchup, and so we did get some, and we're going to do an episode where we're going to actually try that, and we're going to try it on fries, because that's what I put ketchup on. Matt, if you have not tried that, maybe we'll do that together, and people will like that. So ketchup on tacos is amazing. We ate it on Burger King tacos. So as far as the amazing part was, it could only improve it. The ketchup could only improve those tacos. It couldn't. You have good impressions. I think you're talking to Matt, not me. No, we're still small fries. Hey, Tom Cruise. It's good. Yeah. So Matt, they love you here. They love you here. People ask about you all the time. Occasionally we'll get some, like we had Natter in once. Natter came in once. So it was kind of cool. Sex. Oh, wait. I don't know you. El Marijuano 209. I don't know you. You're new. So welcome. I don't recognize your name. I don't know if you've been on here before. Matt, I don't know when you came in, but we just did this, which is the chocolate bar from hell. I don't know if you've done this before, Matt. It was kind of disappointing because it did have some heat, but not like, like white guy heat. No habanero. It's made with habaneros, no habanero flavor, and substandard chocolate. So that got kind of like I think I got a thumbs in the middle of it because it was hot, but it was like probably in the middle down. I've done their brand, but not that. Usually a letdown. It was a letdown. It was disappointing. So yeah. And then some of the other things early on, we had some of these turkey and pumpkin jerky treats for dogs. We had one of those. That was not good. This is like a recap. So anybody who came in gets to see what we did before. We did this chicken of the sea infusions Thai chili flavored tuna. And it was okay. It was good. It was not Thai chili. It was not like, it didn't give me that Thai punch in the face that I like. It did not do that. But it did come with a folding spork, which was awesome. So that was kind of cool. We did this Pacific Gold Reserve Korean barbecue recipe pork jerky, and that was good. It was good. Nothing special, nothing spectacular, but pretty good. It had mostly Korean barbecue flavor and not much pork flavor. You have to eat it a little bit, and then you kind of get this bacony taste that comes in. So we had that, and then we did that. We'll have some more of these choco rooms, which we were kind of hoping were mushroom taste or made from shrooms or anything, but it's just a cracker dipped in chocolate. That's it. I don't know if you've done those before. Man, I do have some stuff here. I'll have to find it. I do have some stuff here that I got for you. I have one of those 9 million Scoville unit gummy bears. I saved one for you. We did an episode on it. We already filmed it, but I did save one for you. And I think I have some more of the Bamboozled Furious 5. I think they would have Fiery 5, which are actually kind of sneaky and actually pretty hot. So yeah, we'll have to do something again soon. Hit me up when you have some time, and let's get together because I want to do something else. A couple of other things here locally, and everything's starting to open back up again. I'm going to do some more stuff here. So yeah, let me know when you're available, and let's get together and do some stuff. They love you here, and who doesn't love you? Let's set something else. Let's do it. You and Matt should do a stream together. We could do that. The only problem is that they're usually doing their stream when we're doing our stream, but and Matt's streams usually last like 12 hours. I mean, he does. They last a long time when he does streams. But we could do something. We could definitely do something. It would be fun to have him on our stream, or it'd be fun to join his. So yeah, we'll work that out. Matt, apparently that's a suggestion. So write that down. That's a note. It's the Europrop. Welcome, Europrop. You're like 15 minutes to the end of it. We do this at 2:00, so you can join us earlier. Oh, unless you've been watching, and now you're just putting your name in. But everybody, welcome Europrop. Europrop is our token European this week. So he is from Denmark. Is that right, Europrop? Yes, Denmark. And he is an old favorite here. So everybody, welcome Europrop to the room. And we got 15 minutes left. We'll try to make it good for you. But you missed all the fun, or all the stuff I was eating and everything. But Marathon Matt, yes, Marathon Matt. But you gotta do what you gotta do when they start demonetizing you. So we don't worry about that because we don't make that much money. I remember the last time I got a check. I think you have to make like $100 a month for you to get a check every month, and I have not done that. I have not got a check since I think December. So yeah, we're still small potatoes, but we have fun. We enjoy it. Yeah, everybody say, hey, welcome Europrop. Everybody's welcoming you. Matt, say hi to Europrop. Europrop, I don't know if you, oh, okay. You said it's the pickle hater, so you do know. Matt, we're also trying, Stoner Kitchen suggested this beer, which is a smoked German beer. And it's real. I don't know if you've had this before. It's really, really good. It could be one of my new favorite beers. And I advise against the dog jerky. Not good. That is a good beer. That is a good beer. I feel like I should eat something from Matt. Is there something I didn't do? There's not something I didn't do. Sorry, Matt. I mean, I suppose I could drink this little packet of soy sauce, but you know, what fun is that? Well, it might be fun for you. I like soy sauce on stuff. It's a condiment, right? But by itself, it's just like a mouthful of salt. So not really crazy about it. Got to run in 5 anyways. Stream. Hey, Matt, thank you so much for joining us. Always good to have you here. You are family, and you are welcome anytime you want. And let's do what they suggest, and maybe we can arrange a stream together, and let's do some more stuff. We have some more stuff with Matt coming up. What do we have here? Hang on, so let me look at our episodes here. So, next week is Trader Joe's broccoli and kale pizza. And then we have Buffalo Bill's Reaper beef jerky. That's on the 25th. And Matt is on that one. I think, I don't remember if that was, Matt, was you and Lindsay or you and Majestic. I can't remember. But I think we have 2 people on you missed the dog food, Matt. Yeah, it's all right. But it's not like dog food. So it wasn't that. It's all right. Hey, I miss you too, Matt. We'll see you soon. Definitely, when you get a moment, call me. Let's do some stuff. Let's arrange some stuff. People love this stuff. WWE simulated matches. Let's see. Goodbye, Mr. Chips Crunchy Snacks. I think Matt's on that. I'm pretty sure that's on. That's the week after. And then on this July 16th, there's 7 select fiery hot chips from 7-Eleven, and Matt's in that one. And then let's see, what else do we have, Matt? And I think we have some. So in August we have our ham and bananas hollandaise, and that one's fun. Matt and Majestic are in that one. And let's see, we do have a Trippy Food Snack Attack coming up in September. Matt's in that one. And in October, Kool-Aid Pickles. And I say we're all the way into October because again we air our episodes every week, once every week on Thursdays. So when we do a bunch at one time, we just kind of push them out. We can rearrange those. What we'll do is if we're doing something that's timely, like this is only this weekend only or something, then we'll put up the episode immediately, or limited time only, limited LTO stuff. We'll do that right away as well. And then holidays, we do holiday episodes and everything. We don't have anything filmed for our Independence Day, our 4th of July episode, Independence Day for the Europeans in the room, and our Labor Day special. We don't have that filmed yet either. So we're in the process of doing that. And then I'm filming stuff all the time. So I'm going to be filming some stuff this week coming up, continuing to film stuff. So lots of stuff. And I'll push stuff out if there's enough of a demand for it. So, man, I really like this beer, and it's 5%. So I'm not going to get rip roaring drunk. But if it was marijuana infused, what happens if you have alcohol that's alcohol infused? So alcohol that's marijuana infused. So the alcohol makes you want to fight, but the marijuana makes you mellow. And what happens? Do they fight it out inside you? How does that work? That was awesome. Terry, you mean of Matt joining us? That was awesome. That was awesome. Because we've been doing this this is our sixth or seventh. 1, 2, 3, 4. This might be our 7th. This is our 7th live stream. We do them every weekend. And we haven't had Matt on one. So this is cool that he visited us, and we will work in the future to maybe having him on one of ours, or us being on one of his. More likely, it'll be us on one of theirs, only because they do so many and so frequently that it would break up his ability to be able to do one if he came on ours. But we would love to have him at any time he wants. He's always welcome here. He's family. I was going to say something and I completely forgot what it was. So if you guys remember what it was that I was going to say, please let me know. I think we've eaten everything. I could go back to that chili bubblegum pop thing, but I don't want to end up eating that. I don't want to finish up eating that. Oh, some more jerky, because that was pretty good. Do Zoom. How many people can you have on Zoom though? Because the thing is, like, Zoom would be good because then it could be interactive. Like, you guys can participate as well. But the question is, how many people can you have on Zoom? Is it unlimited? I don't know that it's unlimited. There might be a certain limit to a certain number of people that you can have on Zoom. Otherwise, I think it's great because right now, I like that it's interactive. I like that you guys get a chance to talk to me, but it's in text format, right? I don't get to see you. I don't get to talk to you, but we do get to interact, and I love this. But it would be fun to do something like Zoom where everybody's got the camera on and you can hear everybody's voice and everything. That would be fun. The question is, what's the number of people? Now, for our channel, like, I don't think Reckless Eating could do that. They have like 750,000 subscribers, something like that. It would be difficult for them to do something like that. But somebody like us, we have close to 3,700 subscribers, and for these live streams, maybe we have 12, 14 people in the room at any given time. So that might be doable. I have to look at that. There is marijuana wine. Where is there marijuana wine, Mr. Old Guy in Colorado? Because, well, obviously I don't shop in the dispensaries, so maybe they're in the dispensaries. I don't think you would find it in a grocery store. I don't think they're allowed to carry stuff like that. So, Old Guy in Colorado, if you let me know where I can get marijuana wine, well, yeah, I think we can't do weed stuff because of YouTube. So I don't think we can do it yet, but I can hold on to it. Now, here's a funny thing about controlled substances. I have to check to see if I still have it. I had some coca rum from Colombia. And the thing about coca is, unless you process it to make cocaine out of it, it's legal. Like, I've brought back, on my visits to Colombia, I've brought back coca tea. And coca tea is really, really good for, like, especially somebody who's not used to the altitude in Colombia, and especially in Bogota, because Bogota is at an altitude of 9,000 feet. And so if you visit it for the first time, I imagine you guys in Denver, you probably, if I don't, like Old Guy in Colorado and Bacon, like, have you been residents your whole life in the Denver area or in that area? I don't know if you've been residents your whole life. So that's how you've grown up and you've become accustomed to it. But do people have a problem? I have not had that problem going to Denver. And I know Denver, they call it the Mile High City. It's probably like a mile high. I don't know. But I never had a problem going to Denver where I felt like out of breath or anything like that. So are there people who do? Did you guys come from somewhere else before you went to Colorado and everything? And did you have to get acclimated to that? And what helped with that? So Bogota, Colombia is at 9,000 feet. And the very, very first time I went there, I couldn't climb a flight of stairs without being completely winded. I mean, it's just, I'm not talking about a flight of stairs like industrial, like going up into a building. I'm talking about like the stairs to somebody's front porch. By the time I got to the top of the stairs, I would be completely out of breath, and I'd have to sit down and catch my breath. So that was the first thing. So what my father-in-law did was, on my first visit there, he said, we'll get you some coca tea. And so he got some coca tea. He made me some coca tea, and it helped immensely. Because the thing is, it doesn't get you high. It doesn't get you all wired and everything like cocaine doesn't. It's not processed. It's just the leaves, the dried leaves, made into a tea. But it absolutely and definitely helps you with the altitude. Like, for instance, in Peru, the Andean Native Americans, I guess, Native American, because South America is part of Americas. What they do is they chew coca leaves in the side of their mouth, and I think they may put some lime in it or something to activate it. I don't know exactly, or some salt to activate that. But that's how they get past being at a high climate. Now Machu Picchu, which is a tourist place for people to visit, is pretty high up there. I don't know exactly. It's 7,000 something feet above sea level. Bogota, Colombia is 9,000 feet above sea level. And so it takes some getting used to. Now, if you guys watch, I did an episode from Monserrate, which is another 1,000 feet above the city of Bogota, which is at 9,000 feet. So we're talking about 10,000 feet. There's a church up at the top. There's lots of little shops, little artisan shops. There's some stands that have like local indigenous, people cooking foods and everything. And then they have some sit-down restaurants in there that are awesome and definitely worth. And you take a gondola up at the top, and there's this breathtaking view of the city of Bogota. But if you guys watch that episode at the beginning of it, it's like, hey, welcome to another episode of Tribute. Right. And so I'm kind of out of breath on that one because, again, I've gone from 9,000 feet to 10,000 feet. And even though I was okay at 9,000 feet, going up that extra 1,000 feet just kind of kicked that back in. So just something to keep in mind. And again, I was born in Denver, live in the mountains. I've seen people pass out from the altitude. Wow. Which I guess the football team, what are they, Broncos? The Denver Broncos, I think it is. I guess people say they have an advantage because their home games are played at that high altitude, so that when they play anywhere else, they're accustomed to that altitude, and so playing at lower altitudes and everything, they play better. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm sure that not everybody on the Denver Broncos are from Denver. So that may or may not be true. They may have just as difficult a time in Denver as somebody who's never been to Denver before. I don't know that. But again, I don't know how. I will see you next time. Matt is streaming now. Okay, Lynn, thank you for joining us. We will see you next time. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, we will plan on this time. Let's see. There may be something going on next Saturday where I might have to do this on Sunday, but I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know early. And then the last weekend, I'm going to be doing a road trip and filming some stuff, road trip that weekend. And so I might have to make some adjustments there. Depending on what's going on, I might have to postpone that episode till later on. But I will definitely let you guys know. But next weekend, I think I'll have to check. It's Father's Day next week. Yeah, next week, next Sunday is Father's Day, but it's not a big deal because my kids are adults. As long as they call me, I'm happy. But yeah, I'll let you know ahead of time. But I'm pretty sure that we're going to have to reschedule next week's from Saturday because I think there's something going on Saturday. We're going to have to move it to Sunday. I'll let you guys know. He says as he eats another piece of pork jerky. Have you guys ever done this? You know how always especially in beef jerky and everything, they put this little thing in there to keep down the humidity, I suppose. I think that's what it's for. But did you guys ever accidentally eat one of these things? Like some of them have this little plastic cylinder. I think one time I accidentally, I was just like, I don't remember what it was in. I remember I just took a handful of stuff and ate it, and then I swallowed it. I'm like, oh my God, that was a little plastic thing they put in here. It's apparently not poisonous, but not fun either. Have you guys ever eaten that? Who else? Old guy in Colorado. Denver, Colorado. Who was the other Colorado? I'm sorry. Colorado. Old guy in Colorado. No, we have another Coloradan. Oh, Stoner Kitchen. No, Stoner Kitchen's Arizona. Bacon. Thank you, Bacon. Yeah. So Bacon, do you agree with that, or were you born in Denver? Were you born in that area? Did you get there? How does the altitude affect you? Are you still there? Because I'm eating this and this is bacony. It's right up your alley. Bacon, we might have lost you. I think everybody jumped ship and went over to reckless eating. Except El Marijuano 209. I'm glad you stayed. El Marijuano 209, is that what you would like to be called? Because if you have something else we would like you to call you, we will call you that. I respond to many names. Not all good, but I still respond to them. And not always in a good way. Old guy in Colorado, I'm going to rename you, instead of old guy in Colorado, Old Faithful. because let me see. I think, is this the second episode or the second stream that you've you participated in? I don't know if you were in some of the early ones, or maybe you were just, like I said, I can't tell if somebody's just watching and not commenting. The bacon got eaten. The bacon did. It's gone. All done. It's pretty good. You, Matt, do Zoom together only. Oh, just the two of us doing Zoom? Oh, wait a minute. What if, is there a way that Matt and I could do Zoom, and then anyone who wants to come watch that? No, because maybe that's a possibility. But then we could always film an episode like that too. He could film an episode there. I could film an episode here. But you know, we take precautions, and we're both cautious people. And so you know, we've done things together. We've actually gotten together and done stuff. No, only the last two. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I hate this part because this is the part where we say goodbye, because it's 4 o'clock. We've gone 2 hours right now. We had an amazing beer. Thank you very much, Stoner Kitchen, for this suggestion. That was awesome. We did try the chocolate bar from hell. We were expecting that to be a very unpleasant and painful experience, which is always fun for you guys, but that didn't happen. Tried some other interesting things, and it's so nice to see all the people who have joined us again, and the new people who have come in as well. So you guys are always welcome. It's always good to see you on the weekends. Again, I will let you know when the next one is, and I'll try to let you know in advance. And I'll do the same thing I did this year. It felt like a year this week. I'll do the same thing I did this week, which is to basically give you the thumbnail that shows you what we're going to eat and what we're going to drink on the episode. And hopefully you can go out and maybe get that and share that with us. Old guy in Colorado, yes, definitely do that. I look forward to hearing from you. And Janice, goodbye. And so be careful, stay safe, take care of yourself, take care of other people, and we'll see you soon.